Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Roscoe too. Now I haven't made a detector related video in quite a while, and just out of nowhere a couple months ago I got a metal detector that you normally wouldn't necessarily expect to get. Now, before you guys say anything, I got this for free. One of my cousins, he does yard maintenance, and the owner had this in a pile of stuff he wanted thrown out, so he decided to collect it. And when he got it, the 9-volt battery, the I guess the power source connector that connects to the battery, one of the wires was loose, so we connected that, and now it works actually. Now I won't say that it works well. As you guys can see, this is a Jetco Mustang treasure finder. Now I'm pretty sure this is not one of the original ones because, well, it's basically all made out of plastic. I think the original ones might have had a metal controller box. Now this metal detector, as you can see, it's got a little, maybe 6-inch coil. Of course, it's not disconnectable. It's the only coil that you could use with this unless you did some heavy maintenance on it. You see it's got the old-fashioned handlebar that you got there. Should mention that this is not like a nice soft plastic. It's actually kind of annoying. It's also got the speaker hole and the one knob. Now, to show you guys how this basically works is, see right here, you've got this knob that's labeled, it's called basically the tuner. It's got it's on off. And what you do is when you want to turn it on, turn it to the left, and you can change, I guess, the sensitivity or whatever you want to call that. You see, all it really does is change the noise that the speaker makes. Now, being that I got this for free, of course, I couldn't pass it up. I just had to see if these things were as bad as they are notoriously considered to be. And so I took it to a tot lot that I've hunted before, just to see if it could find anything. And within about 5 minutes, I had found a little freshly dropped zinc penny. Now, I should point out that this thing, as you would expect, its capabilities for depth are about maybe 2 inches if you're lucky. More expectable would be about 1 inch tops. Now I got a nickel in my pocket that we're going to use just to show you how it works with a find. See, we got a nickel there. Just drop that down, and then we have a dime. Okay, so we're going to turn it on and we're going to see if we can find them. Here comes with the dime. Let's try a higher frequency. There we go, see what happens now. Now if you listen quietly, you can hear that it is picking up the signal, but what it's doing is it's not making a turn it off real quick. It's not making a signal that most modern metal detectors do. All it's doing is when you go over the target, it's just slightly changing the sound of the target. So like when you go over, it's going eeet, eeet. Basically that's what it's doing. So you have to have good hearing to use this thing, but you can hear the slight change in noise, and that's when you know you're over a target. Now we're going to try it on the nickel, and you're going to notice that it's pretty much going to give the same type of noise, except it will probably be a little bit more easy to hear it. Ah, dang, it fell in. See, now I lost the dang nickel. Oh, there it is. See, on that one, it makes a lot more noticeable of a noise. When you go over the dime, it makes a lot more noticeable of a noise. So basically, it really just depends on what you set it at. Some of the I guess sensitivity or frequency, whatever the hell that knob does, the noise it makes or produces is a lot easier to tell when you're over a target than some of the other ones. But anyway, next we're going to do a depth test as soon as I find that nickel again. Okay everyone, so we got it set at, I guess, full power at 10, or as close to 10 as it can get. See, it's making that continuously annoying buzzing noise. And you can see at very close, obviously you can tell that you're finding a nickel, but as we get farther away, you see the noise that it makes is a little less noticeable. So, now of course it's completely unscientific, but from about maybe 2.5, 3 inches, I guess that was, you can still pick up a signal, but it's very, very faint, and you really have to have good hearing to hear it. Now with this dime that we have, of course it's going to pick it up right there. And you see, even at this distance of, what is this, probably 2.5, 3 inches again, we'll just use that as a guesstimate, it's still making a very, very slight noise at full power, or full tune, or whatever that button does. But so basically, like I said, you know, this being an air test, if you were actually hunting, maybe you'd get 2 to, well, maybe just 1.5 inches to 2 inches. With an air test, you'll get about 2.5 to 3 inches if you're lucky. And with that, you really have to have good hearing, or else you're not going to hear it past, you know, 1.5 inches. Because even for me, I had to listen for a couple of seconds to hear the actual sound I was making, or the difference in sound I was making. But let's see, I don't think it'll make a difference if we start off like at 1. I'm just going to do a quick little nickel test to see if anything changes, but I don't think it will. You see the sound that it makes is a little bit different. You see, even right here at about 2.5, 3 inches, you can hear it very, very slightly, like I said, except it's very, very slight. Basically, I can barely even hear it, but if I focus, I can hear it, that there's a difference in the sound that the machine's making. Now, anyway, like I said, this is just a quick, fun little video to do of the Jetco. I obviously don't expect anyone to buy the Jetco, and I wouldn't recommend anyone buys the Jetco. But it's just a detector that I had that I thought I might as well make a video on for anyone that was interested. Now, as you can see right here, that's where the 9-volt battery, which in this case with a dollar store brand, you can see what I was talking about earlier, is this red wire which connects to the, I believe that's the positive charge of it. It was loose, so the metal detector wasn't working. So me and my uncle, we put in some type of metal glue type thing, and it fixed it right up. And you see it's sitting in a little battery plastic holder they have there. And then you can see this is basically the innards of it. It's just pretty simple, one circuit board. The coil comes in, connects right there. You got the speaker on the other side that it connects to. See if I can get a better view away from the sun. Sorry about that. But you can see the speakers on the other side. It's connected. And then you've basically just got the coil connected to it. It's mostly held together by cheap little screws. You can see we got some rivets right there. I actually had to break that rivet to put the battery and fix it. But like I said, it's just a fun little video that I made, that I'm making. Anyways, hope for any of you guys that ever wondered about a Jetco and just what it could do, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm definitely not going to take this thing on a hunt anytime soon. And if I ever did do it again, it'd only be with like a wood chip tot lot, because this thing is really not good for much else, honestly.